Crispy Productions.
Greetings! In this video, Crispy and I are here to catch you up on the story so far from my campaign known as The Bloom. We play every Thursday evening using the Foundry Virtual Tabletop, and we have just reached a point in the story where I can confidently say that we have completed Act 1 of the story. This video will be the first intro to how the party is developed, so be sure to grab a drink, kick back, and enjoy. So while I was initially preparing for this campaign, I wanted to set it up in a way where the party had autonomy over what they were going to get up to in the Troubled Lands. Whenever I am starting a new campaign in this setting, I lay out a few possible starting locations and what interesting things are happening there. I then let the party decide where to begin. The session opened with a short description of the state of the Troubled Lands, but this isn't the first time everyone has played in this setting, so I made sure to include some information that is fresh and relates to their current location in Dalcasia. After going to each member of the party, and role-playing a tiny introduction with some inhabitants of the city to get everyone warmed up, I had a small elven boy run up to them and deliver a note that reads as follows. Salutations to the recipient of this invitation. You have been invited to dine at Lady Salem Valar's home in the north of Dalcon. The meeting is to establish relations and discuss possible employment. There will be a party happening at the same time, but please show the guards this invitation, and they will help you get situated. When they all arrived at the Valar mansion, everyone took a turn to introduce and describe their characters before we continued. It was here that the party first made me smile. Despite the three of them being strangers still, both Hiyu and Vesca took the time to describe the event to Alyssa, mentioning the amazing food and drink, the wonderful outfits, and the lavish mansion. It's little moments like these that make me fall in love with D&D characters, so they earned a DM happiness point. After mingling with some nobles, the party were summoned to meet with the host. It turns out that Lady Valar had been keeping tabs on Vesca, Hiyu, and Alyssa since their initial arrival to the city. She had decided, from what she saw, that they were a good option to perform a quest for her. Since this was the first session, I felt I needed to lay out a simple mission that would allow the party to ease into their characters and the story. And what could be more simple than investigating why the flow of silver from a local mine had suddenly stopped? Turns out that Lady Valar was almost in crisis mode. The missing wealth is upsetting people far more powerful than her, and she needed that problem sorted as soon as possible. House Galland, who is a massive contributor to the strength and wealth of the Dalcasian royalty, have been threatening to pull their funding if something isn't done about the delayed silver shipments from Mythbarn Hollow, a small mining town east of Dalcon. Lady Valar promises a big reward if they can find the missing silver shipment and see why they haven't been in touch in a while.
A quick side note. Money in the Troubled Lands are known as pebbles, and there are both silver pebbles and gold pebbles in circulation.
The party gladly accepted when they learned the offer was for 25 silver pebbles. As fresh characters, everyone had their starting equipment and supplies, so setting out on a journey whenever they wanted to go was still a feasible idea. Mythbarn Hollow is 2 days' travel from Dalcon, but it's a tough journey since Newman's Road doesn't directly connect to the mining village. I'm not the biggest fan of random encounters where you roll on a table and have very little control over what your party might encounter. So while they travel, I always have a few various planned encounters to help liven the world and allow for the 3 pillars of D&D to see the light of day. The first thing they encountered while traveling to Mythbarn Hollow was a small family of 4 who were struggling to repair a broken axle on their carriage. It turns out that they need to flee to the capital after the noble houses of Tilbreleth and Mayvern were at each other's throats over who will control the north in Prince Faram's name. This was a great little encounter, as everyone managed to get some roleplay in and make some history checks for the background of the conflict to the north, and also make some checks to repair the wheel. The second encounter was far more sinister. After Hiyu made a great perception check, the party realized they were being followed by a ghostly woman. Rather than break into a fight straight away, the party decided to try and speak with it first. It turned out that the ghost was trapped in the fields surrounding her family farm, after she and her family were butchered by bandits. She was following the party because she was trying to ask them to lay her body to rest once and for all. The party discussed whether to deal with the bandits now or head straight to Mythbarn Hollow. They were still a fresh group, but they were already meshing well with each other. They decided as a group to deal with the bandits to help put the ghost to rest. After following the ghost's directions, the party found the farmstead that was taken over by bandits. Their first combat went well. Everyone had a chance to shine. Veska scouted the farm before the fighting started, and managed to get some nice sneak attacks off. Hiyu drew plenty of aggro and dished out some big damage. Alyssa shot a massive Eldritch Blast, killing a bandit. I know she would usually have disadvantage on all attacks since she is blind, but I made an exception with her Great Old One patron that would help her aim her Eldritch Blast, making it just a straight roll. The ghost and all her family who were butchered by the bandits were buried by Hiyu, allowing them to rest easy. The rest of the journey to Mythbarn Hollow was largely uneventful, but when they arrived at their destination, the party found the village completely abandoned. After investigating some of the houses, they noted that it seemed like the entire settlement just up and left overnight. They headed to the mayor's office, only to find his dead body next to the entrance to the silver mine. On the desk in front of the corpse of the mayor, there was a letter that explained that there was trouble in the mine, and to please save his daughter. The mayor wasn't killed by traditional means. He had no stab wounds, no blunt trauma. Instead, he had thorns and vines bursting from his skin. This didn't bode well, and the party had no idea what to expect. But nonetheless, they descended to meet the mayor's final wishes, to save his daughter. And that was all I could fit into session 1. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to leave a like. I'll be back next week with session 2, so goodbye for now, and stay crispy.